Hello there. Welcome back to some more ARK survival. Ascended on Scorched Earth. We're back with another build stream. We're gonna continue our work here on the western town because obviously there's lots of work to do. Last time we were here, we worked on this beautiful saloon. I really enjoy the way it turned out. I finished the entire interior as well, and I've actually recorded the full tutorial for this build, so that will be up probably tomorrow actually. So yeah, you should be able to build this yourself really easily by following that step-by-step tutorial. But yeah, that was a fun first addition to a western town, you know, the proper saloon here. We got some interior, making it all nice and cozy. And up here we can play some games of poker if we had any more friends. Because can't do that by myself, obviously. So this is our little saloon. And that is, you know, it's going to be at the center of, hopefully, a bustling western town. But we still have much to do before we're at that stage. There's going to be a whole main street here with all sorts of buildings. We need like a hotel, we need a sheriff, we need a bank, we need many things. General store, weapon store, you name it. We need all that, filling out a nice main street. Then on the next level, you can already see a train track. We also need to start building our train station because this will be Central Station. This will be the main station here in the center of the map. Obviously, it's a very good spot for that because most things are easily able to get to this place. So you can see we have a little trial train standing here, and I've laid down a bunch of track. This is not the finished project. That is not how we're going to actually support them because it looks really weird having these thin little pillarly beams. This is just to lay out a little bit of the track, and I've actually done quite a bit of track. This will have 3 options to go either that way to the dunes eventually, towards Blue Orb, and towards either Red Orb or to the dunes where we live. I think we live over there in the dunes. So this might split off in 2 directions. I don't know. Like there's a lot of possibilities. It depends on where we're building more bases because the train system, or at least in my world, I'm going to make the railroads connect everything together. And hopefully that will, you know, allow us to travel around. It's not the fastest way to travel around, to be honest, because even though the trains, they look amazing, they are quite cool. They're definitely not necessarily the fastest thing to move around with, but they are very fun. And the good thing, of course, is we can build many carts. We can have like smelting going on whilst we're traveling. We can have some dinos on the back. You name it, we can do quite some cool things with the train itself being like a mobile base where it just moves along the train. So eventually that's going to be really cool. And you can see I've actually laid down a bunch of track, but I do need to make it all look nice because now it's tiny little pillars. Doesn't look good at all. We need to make it look good at some point. But first we need an actual western town, a bustling town where we can go to with this train, which will be the center of it all. Let's not have rain right when we're starting to build. So yeah, we have the saloon, but we definitely want much more. You're not here to annoy me constantly with being here. Yeah, you're already stuck here. I'm very sorry, but you're gonna have to go. Because you're going to be in the way all stream, I can already tell. So yeah, there's a couple of directions that we can go, of course. We can either build something right here next to our saloon to continue Main Street. Because realistically, Main Street is going to come through these things. Going to lead down here. And then probably around here up to the station somehow. Depending on where exactly the station is gonna be, of course, but that has to be the eventual goal. So we'll see if we can get that to work. I think for today, for now, or to start with, we're going to start with adding some buildings here. Just to kind of get the idea of an actual street. But I also wanted to add a few more details to this place, actually. By having these little poles stand here, like little hitching posts. I thought of that just after we did all this, and I was like, yeah. Because then you can have your horse tied up to one of these. And probably we can even improve on that. Can we... Oh, we can't have it on the top of that? That's a shame. That would have been really nice if we could have had it on the top of it. But at least it's a start. It's like a couple of hitching posts in front of the saloon, which makes a lot of sense in my book. So now we want to get started with another building. So I'm just going to grab some of the materials we'll need for this. Will we need a roof? I don't know, maybe not actually. Let's get started with this. And then we'll probably build it somewhere here. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Well, for me it's evening, but good afternoon to you. Okay, let's see. How far back do we want this to go? We're gonna have to get rid of some stuff that's in the way again, of course. Yeah, I guess we could also just use pillars. The good thing about those foundations is, though, that the distance stays the same. But I guess if we do like a pillar like so, we can actually have it like this. And then I guess that does work, yeah. We can definitely do that. Because then it's a little bit easier to tie your horse to something. Okay, can you please not instantly snap? Okay, well this is gonna be quite tricky. It's not really in the center, is it? There we go. It's really annoying that it's trying to snap to the building. There we go. Some nice little hitching posts in front of the saloon. That will definitely help with adding those little details in there. Okay, well, now we actually need to clear some space here so that we can make a building next to the saloon. I'm thinking this is going to be like the hotel. So just a small building with some rooms up for rent. And in our little ARK situation, that means that we can have some beds and we can have a place to spawn. So I think this might be a good shape. Yeah, that seems like a decent size. Like, it doesn't have to be too big. We'll get rid of all the berries that are growing right through our foundations. There we go. Okay, let's grab the hatchet again and make sure that we clean this up as well. Oh, we're actually also destroying our own thing, so maybe we get rid of that for now. And we're gonna get rid of these stones as well, because they're kind of in the way for the front porch of our building. Because obviously, it's gonna have a front porch. It's kind of required. Some big stones, man. They look small, but there's some big ass stones. Okay, so yeah, that is gonna be like the shape of the build, I think. So that's 4. Yeah, that should be decent enough. We'll have the door there. Maybe we'll have a back door as well. Let's see. Maybe add in some more interesting windows here. Oh, actually, we need this open. Then we can do the window design we did on the train station as well. There we go. And if we change all these, so we get the western look. That looks quite nice, I think. Yeah, I can work with that. Okay, for now, let's first just fill in the walls like completely blank. Just to kind of get the shape of the house. And then we can slowly see what we need. Already liking the town feel that we have a little alleyway that we've created now. That feels like it would make a lot of sense. So I think this is going to be a little hallway. We're going to have a normal door there. We're going to have a normal door there. Going to have walls here. So these are going to be the first 2 rooms of the hotel. If you don't have the money to pay for a room on the next level, you'll be stuck down here. And that also means that we'll probably want to have some windows in some of these. So I would say this is going to be a window, this will be a window, and this will be a window. Yeah, that feels like it makes sense. And I think we're just going to go for the same little window design because I quite like the look of that. Compared to like the default ARK windows. And already I've lost my little menu where you can see all the different materials. It's great. So now we just have to actually look at what block or what structure we're using. There we go. Oh, I actually guess we can't really do it fully there. Because if we do, it kind of sticks out like that. Yeah, adding glass. Well, we could have the greenhouse door inside of it, I guess. But that would probably look kind of weird. Like, you could have this. But that looks way too modern. And yeah, there's no door variation of this glass that we get. So, yeah. That doesn't really work. So yeah, we have a tiny problem over here that we can't do the full design. Okay, my trap mate was killed. That's probably fine. Nothing going on. But that's fine. The window is just broken, you know. Tells a story. Okay, let's change the textures. It's always easier to decide whether we like something if we actually see the proper textures that we're going to be using. So yeah, we're going to fill this all in. This as well. There we go. Oh, we already did those. Okay, so that's the first little layer of the house. Not really done, but it's getting into place. We'll add some pillars on the corner for some extra support and detail. And then we'll add some along the bottom as well. There we go. Oh. There we go. Sometimes it's being a little weird with the snap points. But it's turning out alright. We could actually have some more beams like this. But I kind of like the texture they have going on with the frontier pack. It kind of adds the pillars in already with the structure. So I think we're going to leave it like this for now. Let's update those beams because they look so nice with these frontier skins. There we go. Okay, so we'll be adding a little front porch. Does it need to be bigger than this? Probably not. Because otherwise we're going to be sticking out too much already. We'll definitely want these. There we go. We'll add in some supports around this as well, because that makes sense. You would want to support this place. There we go. And then we can add in a little railing, of course, alongside our porch as well. And we're probably going to add in these as well, because I would assume that we're going to do something with another layer. Which means that they probably have to be quite tall, since that the layer is going to be over there. So it's going to be a little bit of a higher building than the saloon, which I think is fine. Because we kind of want to have a bunch of different variations going on here. Nope, I actually wanted the skin. There we go. Alright, I'd say that's off to a pretty good start here. So we'd have a little office or little thing over here, or maybe over there, because we also need a staircase somewhere, which I guess is going to have to be right over here to get up to the second layer. Does that make sense? Maybe it doesn't make sense, because then we can't really have anyone use the front balcony. Right? Or is it a public front balcony? For like anyone that's staying here. I guess we could do that, because otherwise only one room is going to have a balcony. Where did I misplace that ceiling? I'm pretty sure that I clicked it somewhere, but of course nowhere to be found. Okay, well, to be honest, I don't think we have many options of where the stairs could be otherwise. I guess what we could do is have a stair go up here and up there. Yeah, I guess that could work. And then as a room, you'd get... Okay, again, we're gonna go first, just gonna make a shape, and then we'll figure out where we're actually gonna have windows and stuff. So this is the next floor. Just like this. And then this is gonna be one room. It's gonna be the most expensive room is gonna be over there. And then we'll have another big room. So yeah, we have the cheap rooms downstairs and the more expensive rooms upstairs. That, I feel like that makes sense. So we'll add doors to both of these for a little hotel. And then we'll figure out where the windows are going to be. And we're going to fill this in with the roof. There we go. So now we've really just created a box, basically. Well, we're going to make it more interesting still. This is just to get the shape in, which will sculpt into a lovely hotel. Why am I being... Why? What is in my way? Okay, well, that's a good start, I'd say. And then... I think we'll probably have something like this to get in the right shape. We can do those. Really should be, yes, able to get these in. to get a little bit of shape up there. I actually think as well that we need this one, because then we can have a billboard on top of it. Okay, so it's not in the wall. A little bit more space. There we go. So we can have the hotel. And we'll have to make this a little bit bigger. There we go. I would really like this to be able to stick out. So what I'm actually gonna do is gonna try and get the different snap point by having a small pillar there. Do the same over here. Because this just creates a little extra detail to the outside, where it sticks out a little bit instead of just being completely flat. And I kind of want to do the same thing for up here, to be honest, but we'll have to change up this design a little bit, which is fine. There we go. One over there, one over there. Kind of works. There we go. Let's actually change at least the front to the texture that we want, because it's going to be easier to judge it in the complete state. We're going to have to change this color. There we go. Change these beams as well. Yeah, that's all right. Kind of would like a little bit more shape even to this build. So what I'm gonna do instead, I'm gonna have it like this. Can I remove this? Yes, I can. So what we kind of want to have, or at least want to try, is getting that extra snap point again. Do we want to have it stick out? Yeah, we kind of do, right? So if we do it like this, I don't actually think that we need the quarter wall then. There we go. Come on. Yeah, I think that's actually what we want. And if I remove this, that goes away. Okay, so the pillar does need to stay. But that's fine. Because I guess you won't really be able to see it once we are done. There we go. And in theory, we could connect this beam and no one would really see. Okay, so then we start getting the textures in. We can Can I not place the full wall inside then? Okay, I guess not. Well, in that case, we'll just fill it in with quarter walls after all. That's totally fine. Yeah, that does make quite an interesting shape this way. A little bit more interesting than what we had before. Yeah, that's fine. Nice little front, and then this is gonna have a little balcony over here. So yeah, probably gonna have the door over here. Right in the corner. And we'll just have some railing, of course. I don't think we're gonna have a roof because that's gonna interfere with the sign, so it's just gonna be like this. And then I guess we're gonna have a window in here. Because otherwise there's not a lot of light coming in, at least from this side. Yep, there we go. Ooh, what we could even do is we could at some buildings, I don't know if it would at these buildings, probably not, but at some buildings we could have the thing going all the way through, having like a staircase at the back, connecting some builds up. That would be really cool because I want to have a lot of different pathways basically in the little town. But this is already starting to look quite nice, taking shape. Oh, we definitely need to update the texture soon, but we're gonna probably add some windows as well. Feels like you would have a window right there, at least, because that would make sense. And then you could have, or actually, it wouldn't make the most sense. Well, it would make the most sense, but we can't do the little design. But if it's here, no one's really using it. Yeah, so we're gonna add in windows here. And I think we're gonna go for the custom design instead of doing just the skin. And maybe no, maybe actually we just do that on this side. Change it up a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll have all of these like so, and then here we'll have a window, here we'll have a window, and there we'll have a window. I feel like that makes sense. Why can I not move? Sometimes like there's like something in my way here. It's really strange. Like, why is something pushing me away from there? Really weird. Quite strange. Okay, so we're gonna update the textures just for now so that we can get a little bit of a better look at what the place looks like so far. Hello! Welcome, welcome. Okay, and then we're definitely just gonna have the beam going around like so. Might as well just update this skin right away as well. There we go. That's quite a nice start to the hotel. Already instantly starts to look more like a little street here now, because we've got the two buildings. I also really like that we have a little alleyway here already. Feels mischievous. Are these plants giving me problems? Like I can't get too close to these plants? Is that it? Are these like weirdly... Yeah, the other one plant was really obstructing a lot of placement. That's kind of weird. There we go. Yeah, see, there's something blocking me sometimes here, which is weird because there's nothing there. Yeah, the back of the building is probably going to be quite boring. I think we're going to add in some extra supports just to add a little bit of difference. And it doesn't matter too much because no one's going to really see this part of the build. But just to add in a little bit of interest, we're going to add a little ladder here so that you could actually go up to the roof. It's the second roof that we can go up to, but that's cool. Oh god. There we go. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely hoping to make some progress and to get a little bit of the main street going here. Okay, I think we'll do the same windows as we did on the other side. They are quite big. Maybe too big. I would like if they had a little bit more of a wooden frame around them. But they do add in quite a nice light. Are they too big? It feels really bland, the building. Maybe we'll add in a little halfway beam. Like that. Helps a little bit. Yeah, I'm still not convinced by these. Maybe we actually add in proper windows in some of these places. Because otherwise they're quite boring texture-wise. Maybe we'll just have the big two glass windows at the front. And then we'll do the custom little design here and on the back here. There we go. So we have a window like that, window like this, and we'll do the same on this side. Fill this in again. There we go. Go back to this side. And then we'll fill in this. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. I really like these little window designs. Would be cool if we had like a glass texture that we could add inside of the door. Beside the normal glass door, because that doesn't really match with this style. There we go. All right, that's a good start, I would say. Yeah, I definitely like those windows a lot more. I actually don't really like these windows at all. The only problem is that that design works the best in the middle of the building. And it doesn't really work here on the end. So either we just change these back and we don't have windows there. That might be the best option, honestly. There we go. Because I just don't think those big glass walls work. They work better if you have them like in the middle of a structure, not on the end, I think. Okay, let's quickly change these materials as well. It's gonna be a nice little room in the hotel. Which basically is just gonna mean we're gonna have some spawn points here in the middle of the map in the western town, which is gonna be good because it's literally like almost the exact center of the map. Okay, can we make like a little pillar here? Feels like that adds some nice support to the stair. And then maybe we'll add this to make it look even better. We'll have to make like a little check-in there. Let's grab some doors. Let's have a door there, over there. Perfect. I think we'll need one more door or two more doors out here. And then we can go grab the skin. Actually, this one would be better the other way around. There we go. And all the doors are looking nice. So that brings us to a already quite nice looking hotel building, which is good. That's definitely good. Okay, so we'll definitely have some rooms to make. No. So we want to make sure that it always opens that way. Nope. Always this way. Okay, so we have two smaller rooms down here to decorate. We'll have a little check-in thing, and then we'll have... Oh, nope. I guess we want to have it this way. We'll have a bigger room here, which actually has the nicest view. Because it has a cool little balcony which will look out on Main Street. This will be right up Main Street, so this is gonna be, this is a prime location for this town. This is gonna be the master bedroom. This is the big room. This is the one you want to rent. And then I guess we have another room here, which is also quite big. But it just doesn't have the same view because you're at the back of the building. Yeah, overall that makes for a quite nice hotel, I'd say. Let's maybe start doing a little bit of the decorations. What are those new chairs called? We have the swivel, I know. Got these as well. we've got like the fancy sofa and fancy armchair and fancy sofa. I really like the mirrors, but I'm not using it because with the high graphics, the reflection just lags you out massively. Okay, let's start adding in a little bit of details. So that we can do some decoration as well. Always important to do. So we'll have a little lounge chair maybe as like a waiting option. Okay, maybe we have like the table here first. So that's kind of where you're gonna check in. And then whoever's working here has like a nice fancy chair. And if you have to wait, you can sit on the nice sofa. So we're gonna have some drinks. You can have some swivels here if you also want to wait there. And we'll have a little chest right there. And then we'll of course have to have some lights to make this a little bit more visible. Let's add it here. There we go. Maybe we'll have one more little treasure chest over there. Okay, so these are the cheap rooms. So we'll have the bed right there. These can just have these same interiors. It's gonna be a little chest for your valuables next to your bed. Maybe we'll have like a normal table. Or we could even have like one of these because it looks a little bit fancier. Oh god, great, that sucks. And we'll have a normal table in here. And then we'll use our cool little chairs there. Of course, we also need some light in your room. Let's do it over here. I have actually a little light on the table here. There we go. Of course, we'll have a drink. I feel like we shouldn't add too much because these are the cheap rooms anyway. So maybe we'll just have like one like this. I feel like we should have one here as well. So yeah, we'll add one little wardrobe, and that is the bare bones chamber you're getting. If you're going for the cheap option, this is where you're staying. Still quite a big room, but not a lot of stuff in it. Okay, let's first of all do the big room at the back. I know these beds aren't necessarily more fancy, but they are more expensive. So that's why the bunk beds are gonna... Or maybe we'll just make this room actually just a mass sleeping hall. Like, it's not even a fancy room. This is just where, if you're too poor for a private room, you'll end up in here. You'll have to do... You have to share... Okay. So if it's a shared room, we can maybe have like a little sofa there. Just so that you have a place to sit. And hang out. Chat. And then we'll add in some lights again. Perfect. Probably would have like a plant in the middle, in the corner, but we don't have that on us right now. And also, maybe we don't want to put too many things, because if we're building a whole town, maybe at some point we start causing a little bit lag, and we also don't want that. So this is the fancy room. So you'll have your own little chill area. To invite people over, because you're important, so you're in town for business. You'll also have like your little work area in the corner, because again, you're in town for business. And I'm stuck. There we go. This is the middle of the map. It's almost 50-50. But what I'm building isn't the... This is not the community server. But there is something here on the community server. Alright, yeah, we'll have some big storage. We do not really have room for that here, so they'll use this one, I guess. There we go. So this is the little social area, I'd say. And then... What the heck? Don't ping me. We'll have the bed over here. There we go. That's the fancy bed. What else can we do? We can have the map on the wall. That's fancy. It's like the piece of art. There we go. Nice little room. We'll add like a chair here. If you want to chill on your balcony, you know, you can. And then we'll probably want to have some barrels. You could actually add on there, but mostly I was thinking they're gonna be down here. There we go. Little decoration, and we've got a hotel. Would you look at that? A nice little hotel to be on our main street. Then we're actually also gonna add in another lantern right there. And there we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. The street is growing. We got the first addition to our nice build. Oh, we got our friends coming by. Yeah, this is already really cool. There we go. Now, there's a bunch of suggestions that have already been given for other builds that we will add in the future. We have... Wait, let me actually quickly grab the list, because I noted most of the ideas down that I've gotten so far for the Western Village, I think. Yes. So, We'll still need a bank somewhere, you know, where we have all our gold. We'll have a sheriff somewhere and also some jail space, either in the sheriff's office or very close to it. We'll have a gun store, a general store, the central station, of course, and the stables. And we'll probably also just have a couple of houses that don't have a function, but are just there to shape the town. Because, yeah, we're definitely going to need a couple of houses just to fill in the town. Otherwise, it's still going to feel empty, even if we add in a bunch of these buildings. So the train station is going to be up there. Most of the rest is going to be all up here on this platform. Because as you can see, there's quite a bit of space and it is relatively flat. So it should be perfect to all build this on. Gonna kind of do a little bit of planning. I feel like we might want to have these tables somewhere at the end of the street, maybe. I feel like the sheriff will probably want to have maybe right here opposite the saloon. Just because this is kind of like the main square, so it feels like... Or should we have the sheriff? No, maybe we have the bank. The bank is going to be opposite the saloon. And then we can have the sheriff maybe next to that. And then we can have 2 stores maybe there. Yeah, I think that's going to make more sense. And then the train station we're going to have to figure out. But, I mean, that's going to be a whole other adventure. Speaking of the train station, so I've been doing some preparation work because it's quite boring. It's a lot of repetitive things to do. So I've been planning out my train route, basically. So yeah, we got the train here. And as you can see, it already goes quite some way. Of course, right now it looks very, very boring. We're gonna actually detail all of these beams that are underneath. But I just needed to figure out the route for the train. And I've found out that they are quite difficult to work with because they can be quite clunky. You can see it a little bit here. If you go up or down, it starts to become a little bit of a roller coaster. But that's the easiest way to kind of support them in a nice way. But you'll see that I, for the most part, have tried to keep it very straight. The advantage of that is we're quite high above everything that happens down here. And as far as I know, the pillars don't cause a lot of spawns to be blocked. So that's actually quite nice as well, of course, because that means that even if we build the trainway through large parts of the world, because we want to connect things up, they won't be blocking too many spawns, which is kind of the plan right here. As you can see, whilst the train is slowly going down. It's kind of annoying because it's going backwards right now. Because tracks are apparently facing one way. Which I guess makes sense, but I'm not about to place 2 next to each other because that would be crazy. But yeah, this takes us all the way towards the little starter area that I made. The starter base. Let's actually grab our skin again. So that we can see a little bit what I've got planned. So the supports are going to look a little bit like this. So it's going to be a bunch of scaffolding. And then we're going to have the pillars also, of course, in this style. Because that looks quite nice in my opinion. Now that does mean that I've added the scaffolding, which I guess counts as a wall. Which might block a little bit of the spawns. But still shouldn't be too bad because it's only like a small block that you place down, a small square that's actually doing any interaction with the land. The rest is all above, and again that should keep the tracks clear. No mobs walking onto the tracks all the time, you know, having a dino be in the way of your train, blocking the train or whatever. I think that's gonna be probably my best option. And also the advantage of being higher above the ground, it just means that yeah, you're less likely to run into landscape problems. Because quite often if you try to go over ground, it's not going to be flat, and then it's going to be more difficult to actually kind of go with the terrain and make it look nice. And I feel like the texture, if it's floating like this, is quite nice. The texture, if it's fully flat on the ground, like this with the rocks, is also quite nice. But as soon as you have these parts, it starts looking a little bit clunky. Like, I'm not a big fan of the stone being into the air. So that's another advantage of just deciding to do most of the rails, except for like a station hanging over the ground like this. Because it's a lot easier to make look good. Actually still need to replace some of these, because I started with Adobe and then I was like, I probably should make the pillars of this very important structure that's gonna connect all my bases. Probably should make it so that it isn't easily destroyed like Adobe is. So that's why we're going for metal. Yeah, the train doesn't really go if no one's loading it in. So you actually have to be present, which I guess makes sense. Because it would be kind of strange if it just started moving. It would be cool, of course, because you could send things between bases without having to go yourself. But yeah, it's definitely not the fastest way of travel. But I think what's going to make up for that, of course, is going to be having some different builds on the train. So one of the upcoming Let's Build streams that I'm planning is actually building some of the train cards. So if you've got like ideas or suggestions for what is going to be useful to have as part of the train, I definitely think one track is going to be like a bedroom, basically, just so that you can spawn back on the train, which I assume should work. And then maybe we'll have one dedicated to some storage, one with maybe a forge or something. I don't know what is all possible to be placed on these. I'm also not quite sure like how much cards you could have, but I figured 5 would be probably plenty, to be honest, because otherwise it's going to be way too long for most of my stations, because I'm not planning on building like giant stations everywhere, because that's going to be quite annoying. All right, let's take it into... Can I actually get onto it and be control? Nope, I guess not. Try it this way. Because we'll have to go into the station that we built in... what's the last Let's Build? Yeah, the last Let's Build we did the train station. Now we can actually take the train in. But I must say, like, it's a little bit clunky to place all the rails down, and the way they work, the way they connect, especially the connector parts. I couldn't seem to get those to work in any way to connect like different little pieces. But yeah, once you get the hang of it a little bit, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. You can definitely make a nice track. And my solution has just been to have as little height changes as possible. These splits are also quite cool, the way they work. And yeah, this is what it would look like if we're pulling into a station. We got the station here that we built last stream. So yeah, we just pull down into station. And there we go. We're into the station. Well, I'm able to leave if it's auto driving, but as soon as no one's loading it in, for me it just doesn't move anymore. So, and then until you come back into range, then it starts moving again. I feel like someone has to load it in, because it just stops going basically. But yeah, this is cool. Like, you could just pull up to the station, you know, hop down into the station, do your thing, and move on to the next base. I think especially for me, this is going to be quite useful, because I like to build a lot of bases, so I'm going to be moving. So I think a lot of my valuable stuff I'm probably going to have on the train at some point. So yeah. All right, let's check out, let's test if it will actually continue to go without me. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's the last build stream we did. We built the little station. It looks quite cool. That was a little test to build a smaller station before we do like the main big station in the western town. Okay, so this should be on track to get to our base or western town. So we'll see if it's gonna make it. Maybe it just takes a little bit longer. So yeah, there we go. This is the western town. So I think I probably want to have like maybe a couple more buildings or at least something here to fill in this last little gap until this. This feels like a nice entrance to town. So yeah, I think like maybe 1-2 buildings here, just some like regular houses maybe, could be really nice to have, just to make it feel a little bit more alive basically. So I guess we're gonna grab some building stuff back. I better grab the hatchets as well. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, that's one of my biggest regrets. I haven't actually finished Red Dead 2. Because I'm only on PC, so I had to wait first for it to come out, and then for some reason I never finished it. I played a bunch of the multiplayer with some friends, but I never got around to playing the single player fully. And I feel like I should, especially now for this, get some inspiration going. Alright, let's get a bunch of these out of the way. We can plan out some smaller buildings, and these I'm not gonna decorate from the inside. These buildings, we're just gonna worry about what they look from the outside. There's basically filler for the town, so that, yeah, it feels more alive basically. So we'll have a little house like this. Yeah, let's make like a very small house. That's maybe too small. We need to maybe not have it this far back in that case. Let's see, maybe 3 wide. Yeah, stables are on the list for sure. Gotta have some stables. We have one Equus right now with a little wagon behind it, but we definitely need to start like taming a bunch of them and breeding them up so that we have like a proper filled stable. It's not really lining up very nicely with the build next to it. I feel like we kind of need to line it up. All right. Like this. Okay. That feels slightly better. Okay, what I'm actually gonna do for these, we're gonna build a couple of homes that are gonna be like somewhat connected to each other. So first we're gonna just make some shapes to make some interesting buildings. And we're gonna make them look good from the outside. We're just not gonna do the insides because we're gonna probably not use them at all. So that's gonna be one building. And then we're gonna have another building next to it. Which... should we have the same length? Yeah, probably. Maybe it's gonna be one longer behind. We're not gonna really see that, but... just so that we know. Yeah, that might actually already be enough to kind of fill out this corner. Because all we really would have is, yeah, you go around here. So maybe we have something attached to the side of this. That's all, I think. Oh, God. Found something. Okay. That sounds ominous. On my way. Oh, God. So it's something you can ring. All right. Just to make it more clear, we'll add in some doors in the middle of them so we know where to enter. And the good thing about connecting these two homes is that we can now have like a shared porch that is kind of just continues to go between the buildings. I think we're gonna actually make it a little bit bigger as well, because it's basically like the sidewalk almost. So there we go. Gonna have it go down here as well. Oh, there's someone there. Nice. Ooh, we should check what gender it is, because I think I've got a 190 as well for a lightning egg. So we might be able to breed them if it's some cool colors. That's a fancy egg. Let's add some stairs here as well. Why not? Yeah, the ARK emojis changed it to things that you don't really mean with the emoji that you're using. At least that's what I feel like. Especially the double O, yeah. That's the O is always weird. Okay, we need to get rid of some of these plants because it makes no sense that it would be this overgrown right on where most people would be constantly walking. There we go. Please get rid of it. Thank you. Okay. But I already like the look and the idea of having this little shared porch. There we go. Okay, well, we're gonna change this weather type because otherwise it's gonna be super orange for a while. Okay, so this is good. This is quite nice. Good start, I'd say. Do we have like a little overhang start from here? Because that might mean it goes quite far, but I guess it lines up kind of nice with this. I don't know if we make it go all the way through though. Kind of defeats the purpose, I think, if we do it all the way through. Hello from Japan. That's cool. Let's do these beams as well, so it's more easy to see where one building starts and the other stops. I guess on the back we already have that way easier. And we'll have these as well. There we go. Okay. So I think we'd want to have it at least this high. but I'm gonna wanna make it a little bit more interesting, of course. So we're gonna use the window design right here. Like so. There we go. We got a nice little window. And then for the top part, I actually want to see if we can do a different kind of shape for the front of the roof. Like, we could almost do something like this. Maybe like this? No, those need to be either this or even more pointy. How pointy do we want to go, basically? I think this might be too much, so maybe for this. Hello there, welcome. Do you build this in survival afterwards? No. Because of the amount of videos I try to make with like cool builds and also still play the game in survival myself, I don't have the time to do both, basically, because I still have like my full-time job and everything going on besides this. So what I've done, I play on a private server with some friends who have played much more ARK than I have. I think I'm almost past the amount of hours that I've put into Evolved already on Ascended. But what we decided was to just let me do my building thing so I can have some cool videos with different designs quite often, instead of only having a design out every, I don't know, once in a long time, because I'm doing in survival as well. And since it doesn't really change too much of the survival aspect, we'll just have a cooler looking basis. It's we decided just to go with that. There we go. Changed so much, you know. Just changing the textures, it changes the build quite a lot. There we go. Yeah, I like that as a front as well. Now, it would be great if I could have the beams going across there, which we can't, and that's quite a shame. So I guess all we can do is have these. There we go. But that already feels like quite a nice new way of doing the roof. Okay, so let's see. For the other design, I think we're gonna do something like this, or do we just do the full? Yeah, this could work. See what it would look like. We're probably gonna add in a window, but okay, we're gonna add in some pillars there so that we maybe can play around with a few of these. I guess we don't really want it there. We kind of want to maybe try and have it here in the middle. Because then we might be able to get this snap point, like so. guess we don't want it there. We want it maybe higher. Like this. Oh, pressing the wrong numbers. There we go. And then for the shape, I think we'll add in those. No, actually, I think just having the basic shape that we started with is probably actually just the best. Sometimes it's easy to do too much. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be the best thing to do. And yeah, I guess we're going to want to have some windows in here to make it a little bit more interesting. Because otherwise it's going to be quite a boring build. And maybe what we could actually do is this one has a balcony instead. That could be cool. Because then it's quite different to what we have next to it. So makes it feel more special again. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. Of course, we still have to change the textures and stuff, but I think this will actually come together quite nicely. Now, this we can actually make into the full window. This one, we can only do it there. But again, that could be a window that has broken because of all the storms that happen all the time. There we go. Change all of these. There we go. Yeah, I like the look of that. It's a nice little front. This is basically a movie set because we're never gonna do the inside unless we really need the space. Or someone decides that they want to like have a personal house or something. I don't know. But yeah, look at this. This already really becomes a street like this. So I guess now we better start filling in the rest of the building. There we go. There we go, like this. Fill this. Oh god. Fill this in. Oh god. There we go. Nope. Definitely not. I guess... Oh, nope. We can start updating this side as well. And we'll continue this way. Yeah, it doesn't have to have too much details on the sides since it's just another like little alleyway. There we go. Perfect. I think metal, or at least crystal and stuff, is mostly on top of those big pillars and stuff. Okay, we'll change the look of this, and then we'll also have to design the top of this, of course. There we go. And we'll adjust, just because we know this wall's there, we'll fill this in, but no one would ever be able to see that unless you go inside, which you shouldn't. I guess for that same reason, we're gonna go inside here and change this floor. Okay, there we go. So we'll have to fill in another layer of this building, because that's pretty much gonna have to be the same height. Okay, it might be easier just to do this first. Oh. Okay, this wall we might actually have to do some designing, because otherwise it's going to be quite boring when you enter the town from that side. And at some point we might have to do the backs as well, because if the train station is going to be on the next level, we're going to be able to see the back of the build. So we're probably gonna want to make sure that that looks nice as well. But not the highest priority as of right now, I guess. Okay, because now we just made a big box. From behind, it's really obvious that we're just building boxes. But from in front, it's actually quite nice. We'll have to add a bunch of details to like the porch at least, to make it feel really alive. As well as we actually need a door here, because otherwise it's kind of a weird balcony. Just a balcony to nowhere. There we go. And then probably it's gonna be a good thing to kind of have like a little overhang here. As in we have a little side structure. There we go. Yeah, well, I have to maybe clear out some of these stones, but I guess this could be a place to park some of your tames, smaller tames. That seems about right. Okay, well, let's get rid of these because they are definitely in the way. But I think we're getting somewhere by adding the little small stable, I guess, to the side of this build. Because that's another of these little details that will make it feel like it's actually being used, whilst it's just mostly a cosmetic addition to the build. So yeah, you could have some small tame spark down here. There we go. I was gonna do the saloon doors, but I think this is just a little bit too low to actually make them useful. But we can at least check, I suppose. Because it's very low. Oh, nope, these. Yeah, that's a little bit too low, I think, to be of any use at all. So we'll just keep them like this. But it does add a little bit of extra character and detail to this build. And I guess we'll add in some windows. Maybe I'll do a window here instead. Because this side has to look somewhat nice, because we're gonna see it more often. There we go. Can I get the right snap point, please? There we go. We'll have more of these windows. And there we go. Change them all to this look again. There we go. That adds in a little bit of extra detail. We could even add... I don't know what went wrong there with the pillars. There we go. Just as an extra little bit of detail. There we go. All right. Oh boy, it's getting hot again. Yeah, but this definitely is starting to look like the nice little bustling western street that we want it to be. So let's grab some things that we can have around to detail the outside. I guess it's not a crate, it's just storage. Is there like lamps? Probably as well. Oh yeah, finding the right spot to build in is always a big one. Okay, so we'll have some of that there. We'll have some of them here. Another one here. Sometimes that's all you need, just a bunch of little random storage around. Because it really adds, it's a really easy way to add a lot of life to a build. There we go. No, the alleyway already looks very alive. We have this one. There we go. Yeah, we got a little lively street. We'll add a lamppost right about there. And I guess we'll add one in here because that's kind of the end of the street, or the beginning of the street, I suppose. There we go. Yeah. I'm feeling this. A little street is coming together quite nicely, I'd say. Okay, so just a bunch of like little bits of drinking bottles around. But that is already quite a nice street view, I would say. A little western town in the making. All we need now is some horses. And the other side of the street, I guess. There's still a lot we need, but it's a good start, all right? It's a good start, I'd say. Yeah, I love this. I think the addition of just 2 regular houses as well was a smart idea, just to add a little bit of detail and stuff like that. Let's add in a feeding trough as well. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. I'd say I'm happy with that result for today. It's a nice addition. First, there was only a saloon. Now we've got the hotel and 2 houses that are mostly just props, but they are houses. I guess we kind of want to have some details on the balcony. So we can add in some chairs. Probably not too much more. But definitely happy with the way this is turning out. Go. Oh yeah, we've made some progress, all right. It's definitely now we can actually call it a town because it's more than 1 building, but this is definitely a good start. Like, it's almost a shame that we're just 2, max 3 people on this server, but this is a fun start. This is a fun street. That's cool. Yeah, the props really help it bring it back to life. Like, it really adds a lot. I think this tree needs to go because it's too close to the actual way to get up to the front porch. This one I think is fine. We can keep that. A little bit of greenery around, I guess, is going to be nice to have. But yeah, I really like the look of this. This is some good addition. Right, let's see. We don't have a train here yet, so I guess the test is conclusive. The train does in fact not move if you do not have someone loading it in. So I'm guessing, yeah, it's going to be right there. It's actually just stopped completely. Didn't even start moving when... Oh god. I think it's moving now, but I don't see it moving yet. Because I can't interact with it right now. So it's probably steaming ahead somewhere now. We just can't see it. That's kind of a shame, because now it's going to be hard to tell where my train's at. Yeah. So one of the projects that I'm going to have to do in between videos and streams is making everything underneath look like this instead of these random little pillars. So we want to have like the proper scaffolding support instead of these weird flimsy pillars. Oh, there we go. The train's gone. There we go. Still all complete. So yeah, I think one of the next, maybe the next build stream, we're going to build a train. We're actually going to design our main train. Because that's going to be quite fun. Alright, so let's drive the train back home to the western town so I know where it is. And it's not just lost somewhere in some random faraway place. But, so yeah, it won't move if no one's loading it in. Someone needs to be loading it in and then it will move. I was trying to test if I could send the train ahead and basically send myself stuff to another base. But I have to be on the train. So I guess the way we need to design the train, besides making it look good, is also making sure that you can do stuff on the train whilst you're waiting to arrive to the next location. To make it like you can use the time very useful instead of just waiting, because otherwise it's definitely too slow. But if I can craft some stuff and repair, poker would be nice, but yeah, I have too few friends for that. I guess unless we go on an adventure with the two of us or the three of us, then poker could be good. But yeah, we're driving in to the western town. So yeah, the train is definitely going to be one of the next streams, probably the next one actually. And then the train station is another big one that we need to do at some point. And just keep adding more stuff to the town. Both those random buildings that fill up the town and the street, and the actual main building. There we go. There we see our first buildings pop into view. It's going to be so cool when there's like a proper town here to arrive at. So yeah, this is somewhere where the station would be, so we'll stop it right here. It's it's a little bit on the hill. It doesn't look that nice. Let's maybe go a little bit more forward so that we are actually all flat. This is where the station would be, so that the whole train can be flat. But yeah, this is it's been a great addition to the western town. It's actually slowly but surely starting to look like a town now, instead of just a random saloon in the middle of nowhere. I also really like this little hitching post we made with a couple of pillars. That's gonna be a nice little detail for the streets. Definitely in front of the saloon, of course. I don't know if we're gonna add it anywhere else. Maybe at the more important locations, maybe the train station, stuff like that. But yeah, this is definitely coming together quite nicely to look like an actual proper little town. With that being said, however, I think that is going to be it for today, because we've done quite a bit, quite some nice additions here to the build, and I have some other videos that I want to finish before the weekend's over and I have to go back to work, you know, and have less time to create videos for you. But I've got a packed week of cool videos coming up. There's a bunch of tutorials coming online, a bunch of other cool builds to see. So yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy that, and probably a few live streams as well, as we balance work and ARK again. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed the stream, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to leave some suggestions for future builds here in the comments after the stream's over, or join the Discord if you want to talk more ARK, or maybe join our community server and play for yourself. We have a lovely community going on, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.